Hello, this is Solomon Davis from Right Side Trading, where you can learn to trade on the right side with confidence. Today is Sunday, April 22nd, 2018, and this is my weekly trade review, where I review a NASDAQ trade. That's an NQ and QQQ trade. I like using the future market as my indicator. I actually like trading the future market. I'm seeing that with all the volatility in the market than trying to trade options at this time. Uh, so let me just let you know right up front, this is all for educational purposes only. Trading is risky. You can and you will lose money at trading. So talk to your financial advisor, seek out a qualified financial advisor, talk to your significant other, make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. I also sometimes talk a little bit about options. So options are risky. Make sure you read that that characteristics and risk of options and outcomes. For options, there's a lot that people talk about, but a lot they still don't tell you about options. And you need to read that pamphlet and make sure you understand it. If you don't, there's some things in there that they say, but I know when I first read it myself, it seemed like all Greek, and it took a while before I actually really realized what a lot of those trades, when you put them on, what they really mean. You know, buying and selling of options. Make sure you understand that. Okay, this is our webpage, Right Side Trading. Visit us. You know, contact us if you need more information about any of this stuff that you see on here, or anything that I say. You know, you can email me at solomon@rightsidetrading.com for more information. I'll be posting this video out here at my YouTube page. And you can view it here, make any comments, and I'll try to get back in touch with you. I usually do. Sometimes I make comments, sometimes people call, sometimes people email, and I do reply to my emails. Okay, let's jump right let me start on up with my thing like I usually do. Like I say, the day is April 22nd, 2018, and this is for the week of April 16th through April 20th. You know, visit us at rightsidetrading.com. You can contact me, Solomon, at rightsidetrading.com. You know, things haven't changed much here. The volatility has come down a little bit in the market, but we're still getting these greater than 10 first 5-minute candle. What I do, I look at that first 5-minute candle. If it's red, I look to sell. If it's green, I look to buy. I look to lose no more than 5 points on these trades. If it's gone 5 points, start getting a little bit more than 5 points, something is wrong. I need to look at a better entry. Or I look to make 5 points or more on these trades. You know, I have a list of rules that I do show on one of my charts now. I try to have it out there for you guys. Those are some of the basic rules, and I have another video out there where I go over some of those basic rules. You know, but one of the basic rules is doji is a no trade. This greater than 10 is a no trade. You know, and I define a doji by being dollar or less between open and close. So if it's close to that dollar, like we had one day this week, it was close to that dollar and it was greater than 10, you know, so that was a no trade. You kind of just look for your next best entry when you see those. You know, and I did do a video this past Friday, but I haven't put it out there yet because it's a long video, and I will go ahead and just throw it out there. It's a 30-minute long video where I played the market to the downside, and I didn't even show the whole. I showed the whole trade in the virtual account, but that trade actually went on much longer than that. Because on that particular trade, when you do those trades, when I do those trades on Friday, I looked at making 100% on those trades, and that trade did end up making 100% on it. But let's go ahead and jump over to the charts, and let's see the charts and see what happened this week on that first 5-minute play trade that we like doing, that I like doing, and I like showing. Let me see if I can get my charts to come up. Okay, let's look at the big picture. We start off looking at the big pictures, what's happening last week, what's happening, what I expect coming up next week. And this market app was going up. We formed, on Thursday, we formed a bearish engulfing. This market did confirm that bearish almost engulfing. It's not, maybe some people will say not quite, but that's close enough for me. You know, and this market did give us a good downplay on Friday. This was the downplay that I was talking about on Friday. And you can see it over here on the QQQ chart also. It came straight down and it continued going down all day. So that trade on the options, I did an option trade. That's the thing, it takes a while for options to play out a lot of times. So it's not as quick as it is in the future market for me. You know, I don't hold my future trades as long. This was over 100, not close to, well, it was over 100-point move on the future contracts, we're in the future market, and this was easily a double, you know, on the option play that I actually did on that trade there. So you can see that I will place that video out there here, you know, today, maybe today, tomorrow, and I'll let you see it. I don't know if you want to watch the whole thing, because again, I'm talking a little bit after I do place the trade, but you have to wait and let things work their way out. And I didn't let things work there all the way out on the video, because probably would have had to wait another 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes or longer for that trade to work its way all the way out to get the double. But I just watch the video if you want to see it. Let's go on to the days. And go to Monday. Monday, again, greater than 10. You can see that right quick. Just let me let you know, make sure you understand what I'm looking when I say greater than 10. This first candle, I look from wick to wick. So I can look from wick to wick. And as we can see, for that 72 to 82. So this thing was definitely greater than 10. So that's a no trade. But on this particular day, on Monday, this market was kind of, the reason I do that, you know, usually you have to, that's all I'm usually trying to make on that trade. So again, I have to look for my next best entry. Which way do I want to play? You know, and this SR that you see on the screen that I had showed you previously, that's where I'm looking at support and resistance. So like as you can see in this chart here, this looked like that's probably a support area. So when the market came down in here, you may expect the market to bounce back. But if the market, this here is maybe a resistance level. So when the market comes up here and it drops and it comes back up to that area again, maybe you expect that market to go back down again. So that's what I'm talking about when I say SR. I'm looking at support and resistance on these things. So, and on this particular day, we'll click through it right quick, and you can see the stochastics that I'm showing on here, where it's sitting at, and it did break that so-called support area, and that's the other thing. My red is beginning to say, red, you want to take it down, you break that level, you take it to the downside, and it was easy from 70 to 50, easily get 10 points on that trade. And on the options, on the QQQ side, it went down to, when we had QQQ, this black line is an opening line. This right here is my first target line if it starts going in the direction that I expect it to go. And as you can see, when you see some of my rules, if my rules were, I don't know if they were on there or not, they're not on here. I say under the pivot, stay under the pivot, and it looked like it was getting a reversal candle there. But let's move on to the next day. Again, red down, again, greater than 10. I'll do it right quick here. Greater than 10. Are we really going from wick to wick? We can see 42. 52, greater than 10, so we're done with that. You know, that's a no trade based on that first 5-minute candle, but we do expect it to go down. We look like we had a resistance level down there, but we may have a little support level here. So let's see how this actually played out. And if I move, look at that, off that support level, we did get a bounce, and this bounce, you know, say you got into it late, you know, you waited until this thing got back up here, because it did go down, then back up 46 to 56 to 66, easily get 10 points on that trade. And that's how quick back up. That's how quick I'm used to these trades doing and working out. And over here on this side, on QQQ side, you know, we did get a bounce, we did start getting a squeeze, but not enough. You know, usually you want 5 of these red dots or more before you actually take it to the direction that it's saying it's going. But it's all according to how you played it. If you played it here, or if you played it here, this thing made about a 50%. That's 35 to 75. That's 35 cents. So that's according to 0.5 delta or greater. That's around 15, 16 cents on that trade. You know, and that's all I look to get on these trades. So let's move on to the next day. So that was also a good day based on looking at support and resistance on that trade. This one right here, this was what I call the doji day. This wasn't quite, I look at on dojis, I look at open and close, and it wasn't quite $1, because I think this was $31.25 and this was $32.75, so it was $1.50. But for me, that's close enough. And this thing was already in a downward trend. Me taking it to the upside, that'd have been kind of scary. I want to trade. The trend is your friend. You want to continue with that trend and see how far it's going to take you. The thing is, okay, where's my entry? And this one right here, I don't have any indicators on here. Look like your entry, if you wanted to have your entry, say your worst case entry was at the low of this candle right here. the low, not the close, not the open, the low of this candle. That's why you need to understand candles. What are these different points called? Very simple: low, high, open, close. That's all we're really talking about. And did this thing play out? It played out down to one of my marks on the tree. Did it actually really reverse here and then continue back up? Let's just see what happened here. It danced around there and then it continued on down. Did it continue on down low enough and not to stop you out, you know, to get your 10 points or more? That's all based on how that you actually play it. This thing moved quite a bit. You know, that's 25 points, you know, playing it from here to here. That's 25 points on the downside. And that's what I'm saying. It's little easier, and on the options on this over here on this side, it's all again how do you go about entering these trades, what's your entry, what option you're playing. It's a lot more to it than when you're trading options and all. Again, say 66.10 double down to 65, 65.75. So that's 25.35 cents again on that trade to the downside. Let's go to the next day, and this is Thursday. Thursday was a choppy day again. That first candle greater than 10 again. We look at this low, that's 68.02, 68.12, greater than 10. You need to be looking for your next best entry. And then what's your next best entry? You got to watch your chart, watch your candles, and kind of decide what you want to do. You got to have, there's a reversal candle pattern here. Say you play, if you want to play it to the upside, your upside, I would say you're going to have to break, got to break this area here, and you got to get up here somewhere. But for all we want to do, say if we can get in here at 68.02, all we really want to go to is 68.12, and let's see if that actually happened for us. Boom, almost on the next candle. This candle did come back down here. You could have had a buy stop to get you in at this point, and let's see if that next candle would have got you out. Ooh, not quite. Ooh, no, wow. Then finally got you out. Because here now would you have stopped yourself out. This thing did go 68.02 to 68.67, 67.97. That would have been 5 points. So the thing would you have taken that stop before you got your profit. And that's one of the things that you have to kind of go about evaluating your trade and your strategy and your risk tolerance, how you actually trade these things. But let's move on to let's just take a quick look over here and see that you did get a similar type thing. And moving from here at 35 to 70, again, close to that 35 cents. That's what we're seeing these moves are to get you that 16 cents. And it's been so common. Now, Friday was really a good day, although it was a down day. You know, and the market had bounced and came back here, and I was looking at, I remember this brown line represents previous day low. So once, a lot of times when you break previous day low, you can look for that market to continue on down, especially when you get a big candle like this, and it comes down to my first target here on the 5 candle. Again, this was a greater than 10, and this was a little bit bigger than what we didn't have it on the previous days. Before it was staying below like 15 points. This was almost a 20-point, you know, first 5-minute candle. So volatility came back into the market a little bit here, and this market actually showed us that volatility and that downside was actually in play for this day. This market did try to bounce back up to my L1 area, and this market actually did go all the way down to my L2 level by the end of the day. I just like to tick it all the way out. There it go. It finally came down here and hit my L2 level. I'll close this in a little bit where you can see the whole day there. It came back up to here, and after it hit here, that would have been your second entry. And all, if you wanted to enter this thing to the downside and trade it all the way down to here, that's 67.42, 666, 666, 666, 666. Just playing around with numbers. Again, over here on this side here, you don't see some of the same things that you see in the future market, but you do see this pullback. It doesn't indicate this moving average kind of helps you a little bit. I don't look at it too much, but it does help. And we came back here and we got, I think this might be our right side candle where it gave us a reversal back to the upside near the end of the day. So no, that's noon. No, that was that 11:30 reversal, and we should continue on down a little bit more from there. And we continued down, and this was the bounce at the end of the day. That's 12 o'clock bounce, 12:40 something bounce. But I thought that was, and this was the end of the day bounce. But that was about that same level, I thought. Let me take a look at this picture. Again, I don't remember exactly. I remember it came, there we go. Came all the way. I know it came all the way down to the L2 on this side too, and that was it. Pretty much it for the week. Again, as I said, every day was greater than 10. There was plays off support and resistance. The red candle, green candle thing is still kind of playing off. You just got to pay a little bit more attention to your entries, and these trades can still work. I will try to get this video out with the trade that I did on Friday. If you're interested in, I have offer some live session coaching or some live webinars. It can be one-on-one or group. What I go over is setting up, first of all, setting up your platform, get your order entry right, where you have your stop and target in place as soon as you put your order in. And I do it for the ES, for the Russell, for the Dow, and also for QQQ, of course, for the NASDAQ. To show you how I look at and how I use support and resistance. Take a closer look at some of the candle patterns that are out there that I like. Also, how I go about selecting options for day trading if you want to day trade options. And I'll do it on stocks and ETF. I do not trade. I need to study trading options on the futures a little bit more, because the rules there are a little bit different than the rules are for stocks and ETF options. So, and that's something else. They tell you there's options available. They don't tell you about all the rules and all the little gotchas that can get you out there. So be careful, be careful, be careful trading those options. Again, and I'm looking at day trading. The gotcha is kind of like if you end up holding those options longer than a day, or you think you can do some longer term type strategies with them. They're not the same. That's all I can tell you right now. Also, I try to get into a little live practicing and with live data to kind of like to make sure you understand everything that's going on, and we can look at some things and maybe see some things that you need to change and pay a little bit more attention to. Again, if you have any questions or are interested in doing any of this type of stuff, contact me, Solomon at RightSideTrading.com. Again, this was my weekly trade review. Today is April 22nd, 2018, and this was for the week of April 16th through April 20th. Again, thank you for viewing, and visit us. I'll be posting this out here on my Right Side Trader YouTube page, and visit us here at RightSideTrading.com. You can place your email in here, and you get other free videos, and anytime we post anything out here, or we have any events and anything coming up. I hope to be doing something in May. I got to start working on that, and also I have it all together. Other than that, thank you for viewing, and have a great weekend, what's left of it, and have a great week trading. Talk to you guys later. Bye.